Like when you're on this journey of awakening, yeah, sometimes you talk to people and they look at you like you're crazy, right? And you know the usual logical fallacies, you know, the usual crap like, oh, why would they lie about that? You know, just general like sheep language. Obviously it's project. We all know in this. I'm talking in the 3D now, yeah. So it's just sheep language, isn't it? It's just like they can't fathom how the things you're saying are possible, you know, because they always appeal to authority and defer to authority and stuff like that, right? That's why scientism is such a big religion nowadays. But when you think about it critically, right, the signs are there that even the reality is aware of conscious awakening. What do I mean? So we live in a world, right? We all know the way the world is. Everything is mass produced for, like, you know, the mainstream of people. The mainstream is the main kind of, you know, bulk of people that don't really think, they don't really do anything, they just do what you're told. Kind of like what I meant, like the sheep mentality, yeah? So music is produced for the sheep, movies are produced for the sheep, clothes are produced for the sheep, cars are produced for the sheep, everything is produced for the sheep, yeah? But there are always outliers, right? So I'm going to show you how the reality knows that what this consciousness community is a real thing. So if you look at some of the classic movies that Hollywood has brought out in its history, period, yeah? Most of them are consciousness movies, you know? Truman Show. And these are all acted by big artists in their, you know, their reality. The Truman Show, The Matrix, Constantine, Frequencies, what do you call it? Oh, Eternal Sunshine of the Spotless Mind. Like, there are so many movies, right, that talk about these things in roundabout ways. What's the other one with Halle Berry and Tom Hanks? Where she had an NDE and then I can't remember. But there's loads of movies like that, right? So they make movies for conscious people. They make movies talking about consciousness. Yeah? You know, Avatar. You know, somebody taking on somebody's consciousness and going into another kind of realm. If you remove the blue skin, it's the same thing, yeah? So they talk about these things in their art, yeah? In their music, there are people that talk about these things, but again, they don't have the mass kind of following, but they do exist, right? It's just like how they mass produce cars, but you know, Ferrari are still selling cars. Even though it's for a small fraction of people, they are still selling cars nonetheless, right? So if you're on this journey and you feel like you can't speak what you feel, or you whatever, people will think you're crazy, let them think you're crazy. The reality itself knows that you're not crazy. The reality knows you're not crazy. You know? There are movies like Ryan Reynolds, Nines, Free Guy. All these movies telling you about yourself. Do you understand? And it's like they do all these false flag events and stuff just to gauge the pulse of the people, to see how many people will actually clock onto the trickery and the foolery, yeah? When people don't clock on, you're like, oh yeah, they're still asleep, yeah, so they can gauge the percentages, right? From a consciousness standpoint, right? I always say this, we drank from the river of forgetfulness before we came here. That's a fact. It's like the same feeling. You know, when you have a really vivid dream and then you wake up and you're trying to hold it and you just can't, because that reality is not this reality, it's not this dimension. So when you come back, because consciousness doesn't retain anything, it's really hard to hold on to anything, right? To remember anything. Some of us are lucky. Some people can remember. They can remember certain elements. Some people, you know, certain triggers will trigger them to remember certain things, so on and so forth, yeah? But let me tell you, this stuff is not crazy. The stuff that you call normal is actually crazy. Do you understand? That's actually what insanity is. It's like the top level, you know, Yeah, best of the best of the best of the best, the highest level insanity. You know, for people to believe that they live on a spinning ball, even though they know how water reacts. You know, the list is endless. You know, that they believe that they're monkey men that are living on a marble, going nowhere. That is crazy. That they'll die and then that'll just be the end of it. But then why are you here then? But yet, why do people have NDEs? Why do people have pre-birth memories? Like, how do you square those circles? Do you understand? But the illusions are so big that they've even convinced people to believe that they have a religion which basically says that there is no God, there is no conscience, there's nothing. This is just a happy accident and we're just in it. People literally believe that. Real life. But yeah, the point I'm trying to make is this stuff is not crazy, bro. It's not crazy. You know, if it was crazy, most of the ascended kind of like, people call them ascended masters, or the you know, conscious ones, I call them. You know, their messages wouldn't have lasted this long. But let's look at it from the flip side. Let's assume that that's also a trick from the reality, yeah? Trying to kind of fool us or something, right? Into believing this stuff. What would be the benefit for them? Because ultimately, once you step into this kind of realm, you see the reality for what it is, and you literally, it has no control over you. So why would the people the system that controls you, why would the very system give you the keys to unlock yourself? Oh, unless you created the whole thing and you're living in illusion. So essentially, even these bad guys, the government, big pharma, big food, big oil, big gas, all of these people, bro, they're all constructs. They're just there. And they give it away. They give it, when I say they give it away, right? They literally give you, they tell you, oh, we're gonna go have a meeting in Davos, right? We're gonna talk about some really sneaky stuff, right? And no one's gonna be allowed to come. Bruv, who does that? Who does that? If you, all right, let me ask you, if you were gonna have a high level secret meeting with people, other people that were share the same view, and your plan was to dominate humanity, would you discuss it with anybody? Fuck no. You wouldn't even know I was there. Do you understand? Oh, big pharma just dumps some in, bro, nobody even does any real journalism anymore. Journalism is dead. Journalism has been dead. Like, name me one real journalist in this time that we live. Name me one that's not been bought and paid for. So you can't tell me that, oh, a journalist went and did some really good work, and nobody even cares about that stuff anymore. Who wins Pulitzer prizes anymore? No one cares. Do you see? So they give it away. They tell you this is what we're doing because they want you to know your godhood. They want you to know who you are, because that is their job. It's kind of like the bad guy needs to tell you that you can win the game, even though he's there like trying to put his foot on your neck. Your job is to recognize that he's trying to do that and look deeper, and then once you recognize yourself, you realize that, oh shit, they can't even touch me. They can't even touch me. They literally can't touch me. I put them here. And I know it sounds crazy when you say that. People say, oh, how could you put people here, blah 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 blah. If we are all one consciousness, right? And thoughts are things, and thoughts create realities. And if we can all agree that every single thing around you that you can see with your physical eyes was once a thought, then you created the whole world that you live in. If you have a counter argument that goes against that, I'll pay you £1,000. Thoughts are things, right? Humans think, right? Everything we can see with our physical 3D eyes, every single thing was once a thought. Every single thing. was once a thought. With the exception of trees, the ocean, the sky, those structural things, I call them stage props. Those are the things that are here, right? But if all the bridges, the roads, the cars, the clothes, everything was once a thought in a human's mind on a micro level, then on the macro level, it stands to reason that the bigger things are thoughts too. Everything's a thought. Bro, when you change your thought, your world literally changes, your reality literally changes. Like, that's creation. Do you understand? Alright. If these niggas can lie to you about everything, yeah? Everything. From everything in politics is a lie. Every single thing in politics is a lie, yeah? Off rip. Everything in finance is a lie. Off rip. 99.999% of history that you know is a lie. The school curriculum is a lie. Where they've told you you live is a lie. Where they told you you live is a lie. Now, if somebody can lie about all of that, and I say somebody, it's not somebody, it's just the illusion that you're in. If the illusion presents to you that everything that you have ever seen, everything is a lie, what makes you think that it wouldn't also lie about who you are? But at the same time, I think the way this thing actually works is this, right? On some level, yeah, we are aware. I'm not talking about the NPCs, because I believe the NPCs do exist, because I've said this in my previous videos. It's a theory, but I still believe that, I do believe that more or less they exist, because you need a template to follow, and that's what NPCs are. Like, I think that those of us that have the disposition to waking up, or the propensity to wake up, yeah, we are aware of it. That's why they have to tell us who we are, in a way. So in the movies, they have to show you, they have to put you in the movies and you win, and then even the bad guy, bro, listen. This whole thing gives itself away. Alright, every single movie that you've watched, action movie, yeah, what's the concept? Good guy versus bad guy, yeah? No matter what the bad guy is, what he does, he can have the biggest nuclear bomb, he can have the biggest blah, 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 blah. Whether it's Bond, whether it's Mission Impossible, whether it's Die Hard, whether it's fucking Lethal Weapon, whatever fucking action movie they're telling you, no matter how bad the guy is, Thanos, whatever, the good guys always win. So you, Mr. Human, you operate from the position of good guy, because you're neutral energy, and you're not there trying to disadvantage or kill anybody or do the fuck shit that the structural kind of bad guys do, right? So you're automatically a good guy. So it doesn't matter what they throw at you. Once you recognize who you are, like how those guys have recognized who they are, Tubal Cain, you know, it's all esoteric anyway, because it's all about you, really. JB is Masonic, you know, James Bond is Masonic. The whole thing's Masonic. It's a story about consciousness. If you do the digging, you see it, you know. But anyway, all of them, Rambo, fucking whoever, it doesn't matter. Like John Wick, one guy, he goes against a whole fucking trillion people and he wins. That's what Hollywood makes. It makes that for the run-of-the-mill people, because the run-of-the-mill people, they understand basic concepts. They don't understand complex concepts, because they're so far into the illusion. You gotta use basic stuff for them, like good guy beats bad guy, bad guy has loads of guns, good guy with a knife still wins. And people tend to take the 3D interpretation that, oh yeah, you know what that means, you gotta be a good person, blah 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 blah. Do you think James Bond is a good guy? Do you think Rambo is a good guy? Do you think John Wick is a good guy? These guys are all murderers. Do you understand? So it's not about that. It's not about good and evil in that sense. It's about the fact that once you know who you are, It doesn't matter what the bad guy is, you're gonna win. That's the bottom line, you know. That's the bottom line. I'm gonna keep putting these videos out, you know, and like I said, I'm not even talking to anybody. I'm talking to my own self. I'm talking to my own self because I recognize what this is, you know, and it's like once you come to the realization of what this is, yeah, that's it. Don't ever think that you're crazy, because sometimes I think the other day I was gonna post the other day I was gonna post a video, post to basically say sometimes I feel like I'm crazy because you're saying all these things, right? And literally that very same second, YouTube suggested a video which was like, people would think you're crazy for doing this. I'm going to use that as the picture for the video. Do you understand? We are interconnected. We are interconnected with the reality, and we are interconnected with each other, and we're interconnected with this place. Why? Because we are the actual energy that gives this place life. So if you think of the world as a motherboard, yeah, we are the electrical charge that ignites it and makes it work. Without you, there's nothing works. It's just junk. It doesn't matter like what you think about this world. Like if consciousness left this world, this place would be junk. It'll be shit. There'll be nothing useful about this place. Do you understand? You are the operant power, man. You are the operant power. You know? Yeah, man. Anyway, man. Even the reality, even they know. You know, and that's why people used to say, I remember back in the day in the conspiracy kind of circles, they would say things like, oh, they have to tell you the truth. They have a universal contract, so they have to tell you. No. Universal contract with who, bro? The contract's got to be with you. Who else is there? A universal contract with who, bro? They have the contract with you, because they have to tell you, and they have to make it so ridiculous and so in your face that you don't believe it. Bro, look at how many movies, even from our childhood, you know, they tell you all the time. Even Disney's particularly good at all these things. Like, Disney will tell you straight off the rip, like, yo, yup, you are consciousness, yup, you are the operant power, but it will cloak it in dance and imagery and a nice, well-structured story using different protagonists and antagonists, and you're like, oh, can't believe Scar did that, oh, this. Bro, what was the key message of The Lion King? Remember who you are, bro. What was the key message of Aladdin? Go into the cave, don't touch anything. Don't get bogged down with the illusion. Just go and grab the what do you call it? The lamp, which is a light, because those lamps they generate, you use them for lights, really. It's a oil thing, isn't it? Just go and grab the light, don't touch anything. But Aladdin, his monkey mind, which is his ego mind, touched the thing and the whole thing collapsed on him. But luckily, because he had already touched the thing, he was able to escape with his life. Do you understand? And he had help from his higher self as well. Bro, all these movies are about you, bro. They're literally saying it every second of the day. Remember who you are. Remember who you are. Don't forget who you are. Remember you're a piece of God. Remember you're this. They keep telling you. But instead of people listening to these messages, they'll rather go and give money to Rome. As if Rome needs any more money. And go and give them your energy. Bro, these guys literally feast on your energy. If I wish you could see, it's a tricky one, because until you've gone behind the veil, you won't see how life works and what your bro. I've seen my own energy. I've seen my being outside the body before. I've seen it with my own two eyes. 2 occasions. I've seen it with my own 2 eyes, yeah? So when I'm talking about this stuff, it sounds like I'm just talking shit, bro. I know exactly what I'm talking about. You are not a human being. Like, you really think you're a human being? You know how, like, Morpheus said to Neo, do you really think that's air you're breathing? Like, do you really think that's air you're breathing? Like, how many times do you even breathe in a day? You don't even know. You only remember once every so often. You're like, oh yeah, I need to take a deep breath. Or you might go to the yoga class and you might swim a little bit and then, you know? But how many times do you actually breathe? 99% of the time you're on autopilot, bro. You are on autopilot. You're living in illusion. You're living in forgetfulness. There's a really good movie that you need to watch. It's called Nines. It's got Ryan Reynolds in it. You need to watch it. And then there's a channel called True Love Canada or something. She does a decode on it. Fantastic. You gotta check that out, man. Fantastic. You are the power, bro. Even in your 10 commandments, the first commandment, he said, don't make up any gods. Don't take up any gods besides me, right? God is telling you the thing that actually lives inside you, the thing that powers you up, the thing that is telling you that your body is my temple. I live inside of you. Yeah, it's told you. It's telling you it's telling you in black and white. Don't go to no church. Don't go to nowhere. Like, I'm inside of you. Why are you going there? All Christians that are, you know, worshipping the image of Jesus or whatever, straight away you fall foul of your own commandments, which basically means that you have judged yourself and you have basically damned yourself. And if there's a hell which your own mind will create, you will go there. It's crazy. The okie doke is sick. You know, and that's why for me, I think like it's some sort of construct that we came here to develop. Because otherwise, we will be too naive and too powerful. You know? Here you learn how to be less naive. You learn how to be a bit more aware of the world, how things work. Because you're pure love at the end of the day. You're pure consciousness, right? You don't have any kind of like ill will or anything like that in your natural state. It's like a child. Why would a child want a baby? A baby has no intention of hurting anyone. It doesn't even register in your minds, right? It's not even a thing. But this place will teach you all those things, which will kind of like make you a bit more aware of how to kind of like operate in this kind of dimension as consciousness. And then when you leave this place, you take the experience with you and then you add it to the collective. Listen, there are no powers that be. Yeah, you are the power. There is no they. They is an aspect of you that actually works for you. It's like playing a video game and you change the settings to very hard or extremely fucking hard, right? So you've changed the settings to super hard. You're playing the game, right? How can you be fucking mad at the fucking characters for fucking giving you extra combos and stuff? You can't be mad at them. That's the setting you chose. So he's gonna give it to you. Like, he's gonna give it to you is to test you. He's not your enemy. Because the minute you start to have enemies and all that concept of enemy, you start to fall into the world of duality again and attachment. And now you have the emotion called hate, which is a very, very heavy and expensive energy. Hatred is like a fire, right? And you need to feed it every fucking second. You need to literally feed it. And that's why when people hate people, like when they don't feed the fire, they literally forget that they hate the person. They're like, oh yeah, actually I hate him. And then he has to feed the fire. What do you think you're feeding that fire with? It's your energy. It's your life force. Do you get it? So yeah, man. Be free of the shackles, man. you are you are free. You're literally so free. I wish you could all see your spirit bodies, or your outside of here kind of selves. You would be mind blown. You'd be like, what the fuck? I'm literally the fucking, you are the shit, bro. You are it. But you don't believe it, and you've forgotten. You never guess what? It's snowing. It's snowing. I made a video earlier today where I asked for a sign, and I found a rainbow just popped out of nowhere, then it started raining out of nowhere, and now it's kind of like snowing. What the fuck? Anyway, yeah, I swear sometimes if you don't like it, then you're still living in a world of duality, man. Get over yourself. It's just life. We don't even need to use language to speak. We are fragments of God himself. God doesn't judge. You judge. The human judges. God doesn't judge. God doesn't have time for judging. Why do you think you can do all the most craziest, heinous crimes and stuff, and the minute you remember who you are, you try and go back to God? God doesn't say, no, you can't have. It's free. It's you. You know? So let's all chill out, man, and let's all be free of the drama. Let's all be free of the illusions. Let's just be cool, dope human beings, man. Like, just doing cool shit. I mean, me personally, I'm not coming back here, man. I've been here too many times, and yeah, man, I'm not coming back this time. Do you know what? It's mad. I had an ND. Was it yesterday? 2 days ago? On my bike, a guy nearly run me over. Like, crazy. So that makes it what, number 5 or something? I don't know, man. Crazy. I've had too many of those things. But the crazy thing is, I am not even. I'm learning to be so unattached to anything, to the point where I'm just like, yeah, if it's my time, it's my time. You know, I'm not afraid of anything. I'm not afraid of anyone. I'm not afraid of death. Death is not even real. Like, how do you even know death is real? Like, because you've seen it? Okay, so if you've seen a movie, and the superhero jumps off a building, did that happen? You know? What if even death is a program that you've believed? You see? The illusions never stop. You need to keep digging and change all of them. Anyway, I gotta go grab a car.